And a developing story, change your school mascot or lose state funding. That's what a Colorado lawmaker is proposing. Well, Jennifer Kovaleski digging into this issue, asking if a law like this is really necessary. Jennifer?
Good evening, and there's an ongoing debate over the use of Native American themed mascots, and it's centered around this one of the NFL's Washington Redskins. Now, one Colorado lawmaker is bringing that debate here again. And we found there's only a handful of Colorado schools that still use these types of mascots.
We shouldn't allow for discriminatory mascots.
From the Eaton Reds to the Arapaho Warriors to the Lamar Savages.
Discriminatory imagery to be promoted in our school systems.
More than a dozen Colorado schools still have Indian-themed mascots. House lawmaker Joe Salazar introducing a bill that would let the Native American community decide if they are offensive. Why is a law needed?
The reason why the law is necessary is because we do have schools that are resistant to wanting to change these derogatory images. There's a school up in the northeast area of Colorado that uses savages as their mascot, and that is wholly, by any measure, that is wholly derogatory and offensive.
It would require schools with Indian-themed mascots to get it okayed by representatives from the Indian community. Public schools that don't or choose to keep the mascots deemed offensive would then face losing all of its state funding. Why does this issue warrant that serious of a threat?
We don't promote, we don't sponsor, and we don't condone the use of discrimination on taxpayers' dimes.
Other teams like Arvada High School, once the Redskins, switched to the Reds in 1993 and adopted a bulldog mascot. Arapaho High School kept their mascot, the Warriors, but had the logo designed by a Native American artist. Salazar says those schools are the model.
Schools that have already received that type of approval or have reached out in respect to the affected tribes, they won't have to go through that process.
Now, the bill is still in the early stages. Salazar says he plans to get more input from the Indian community during a meeting that is going to be held at the Denver Indian Family Resource Center on September 10th. Jennifer Kovaleski, 7 News.